Welcome to the Swamp, the giant that the head ball coach awakened, one that thrived in urban renewal, and now one where only the Gators get out alive. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. And he's going to try to return this one. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Florida's return team will have that offense backed up. And this wide receiver, he's the linchpin to the offense. They want to make sure they find a multitude of ways to get him the football. And it's a risk-reward scenario on defense when you're trying to cover this guy, Reese, because you play man coverage, you risk him running by you and catching deep balls. You play too much zone, and then he can hurt you after the catch. A lot of different ways, and this guy is very dangerous. Solid gain to get him out close to the 20. Pick up a 5 to the 19. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Might as well stick with him. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football. So already a challenge on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 9. Lewis wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35. The Gators in the hurry-up. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down. And more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game. So you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him. He'll make those contested catches.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now. Trying play action. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. When you play at a place like Alabama, you have to live up to the legacy of the Jonathan Allens, the Daron Paynes, the Marcel Dariuses when you play on that defensive front.
And the funny thing is, Reese, I can keep going. Quentin Williams, Will Anderson, like the list goes on and on and on. Just elite level recruiting on the defensive line, on the edge, is how they built this dynasty at Alabama.
And he had to go a long way to reel that ball in. He started off way on the right, across the entire defense, made the catch on the other side of the field. There's an example of how this offense can really attack every corner of the football field.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Caught in the backfield, it's Stokes. And good blocking in space out there to give him enough room to pick up the first down. They saw that blitz coming, and the way to get out of it is find the tight end.
Yeah, how quick did he see that, too? Sees the blitz, understands this is a matchup where I got my big tight end, the big fella I trust. I'm going to find that matchup, get him the football for the first down.
Oh, what a grab by the defense. Trying to take it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. And how about that play by the defense here early in this game opening drive, facing one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football, and they're able to get an interception. That is going to be massive for their confidence in this game. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Here's the handoff. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys. Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Now the play fake. Grab near the marker. It's Perkins. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. Jesse, that's like a throwback to yesteryear, tossing it to a pass-catching fullback.
Well, it's nice to know as a quarterback, when things aren't open downfield, you can find the big fella for a check down.
They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
He's got it. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. The transition of Alabama quarterbacks over the years has been fascinating, from the dreaded game manager label to playmaker.
To playmaker, to spread it out, to Heisman winner. I mean, that's how much this offense has changed and evolved, and they're going to be aggressive, and they're going to score points in this new age era.
Really nice run there. No, listen, modern-day college football, I know it's all about spread offense and throwing the football and going up tempo and scoring quickly, but, man, you think back to Bear Bryant in Alabama, doesn't it always seem like they've always wanted to establish the run game? They have always wanted to be physical. Bear Bryant would have loved this guy in his backfield. With his physical style of running, man, he fits that just perfect.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it. The noise level is relentless here on second down. The play-action fake. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
And a golden opportunity slips away from the defense there. That's one he'd love to have back. He knows he should have come away with the interception there in the red zone.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. On third and short, the run and looking for the first down. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Touchdown, Bama! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
7-4-0.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Lewis to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man to the left. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Going up top on first down. Quickly complete.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
The quick out. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
Nice job there by the receiver on the out route, not telegraphing where he's going. You can't be peeking to the outside, giving the defender an opportunity to break on the ball. He kept his eyes right down the field. DB had no idea where he was going, and that helped make that completion a whole lot easier.
They're trying to get to it. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at second down. They keep attacking through the air. They'll run the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. And the Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. Touchdown Gator! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone.
And what did I start for this offense? The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication is going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Line getting set on second down. Power football with the run. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a third down and 3.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 28. They'll run play action. Fires downfield. He's got it. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. A new set of downs after the completion. Quarterback on the keeper. Got the first down. Looking for more. Open runway ahead. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 at the 11.
Man, how about the quarterback? How about the athletic ability for this guy? He's so quick, so elusive, so fast, can make these big plays. And before you blink, he's 30-plus yards down the field, making your defense look silly.
They go to the ground. And they corral him at the 2-yard line. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Right back to it. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Alabama! He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Colorado is going to enjoy the trip back to Boulder after a rock-solid performance. And you take care of business on the road, and you stack wins there at Folsom Field, and suddenly it's quite the resume. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Find some running room. He'll pick up 4 out to the 12.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
The give out of the gun. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Lewis wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Gators will punt it away on 4th down. First one of the day is on its way. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on once. And the punt team able to swing him to the ground. comes that Alabama offense. Everybody talks about getting off to a great start, but if you start building steam, David, that can work too.
No doubt, man, and sometimes it snowballs. But what do great teams do? Great teams respond. Struggled the first quarter, Palmer. They've done a great job rebounding and putting some points on the board.
You're right. I think they've started to identify the matchups that are in their favor. On this drive, they need to keep attacking, taking advantage of those matchups.
It's a 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Finds a tight end down the gut. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup. Moving into scoring territory at the 36 on first down. He'll pitch it. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
When you're a defense, stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
You know, the tight end's going to have to do a better job of separating and giving his quarterback a place to go with the football. That time, he just couldn't create it, and as a result, as soon as he made the catch, he was brought to the ground, setting up fourth down.
They'll lead the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. They'll try it on the ground. Looks like Alabama will pick up the first down.
How nice is it to have a running back with this guy's skill set, right? That's not a guaranteed give-me fourth down conversion either, but still, they trust in him to find the crease and keep this drive alive.
Dances away to buy time. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
To the air, it's Fung. It's on target and complete. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Off play action on first down. Dances away from the heat. Throw into the end zone. It's picked off.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fellow on the sidelines, being like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Defense not showing press coverage. And he's got his man on the sideline. He'll come up a little short of the first down. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On second down, he's looking downfield. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. He'll come out throwing on first down. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
That's a good decision by the quarterback. I know that's not going to come up on the stat sheet, but you're in the pocket, nobody's open. Don't risk turning it over. Just throw it away.
Lewis to throw. He'll take a shot. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Gators will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They open this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Let's see what they've got on second down. They'll try the run.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Looking to throw, it's Fung. Buys a little extra time. Quarterback gets enough. And this is why a mobile quarterback is a defensive coordinator's worst nightmare. He has just been running wild all day. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. Running back searching for a hole. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator to pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Caught, close to the marker, it's Perkins. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. Ball is at the 35, it's 1st and 10. Off the RPO, complete. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
It's a really nice-looking throw. This dude is a weapon in this offense at the quarterback position. It's so funny, I think back to guys like Greg McElroy and A.J. McCarron, guys that may or may not have unfairly been tabbed as game managers. And then you think of Jalen Hurts, Tua, and Bryce Young in recent years, and just how dynamic and versatile these guys were at the position and how they really helped take this offense to the next level. Watching this guy reminds me a little bit of that.
They're there to stop him at the 21 after a pickup of 2.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. When they put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big plays.
Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Third and long from the 30-yard line, in this defense hoping to knock them out of field goal range. Trying to get to him. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
On 3rd and long, you know what's coming. It's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the 4th down.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's recap that ranked-on-ranked matchup that has just gone final. Oregon was anything but dominant today, but the Ducks are going to leave Autzen Stadium winners. A lot to work on, no question, but they avoid one in the L column. Each week in college football, the tests are just so tough, and we found that out again today, guys, with another ranked team going down.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. Pulls it and fires to the left. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. And the Gators moving quickly to the line. Lewis wants to pass. Looking for a deep man. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Grabs it in the middle. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. The offense in hurry-up mode.
It's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there. It's now a fresh set of downs.
Defense looks as if it's coming. The RPO, it's complete. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a 1st down. The Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. He wants to throw. A little release to the back. And he'll pick up the 1st down, but he got drilled on that tackle. On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. Looking to pass inside the red zone. He wants it all. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. 2nd down after that incompletion. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Grab behind the line. It's Hurley. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Spits it out to the back. It's complete! And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the 3rd down, now setting up 1st and goal.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. He'll keep it on the draw. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this is very interesting because now down here in the red zone, you know it's not going to be easy throwing it because the windows are small. Can they run the ball against the best run defense in the entire nation? This is as big a challenge as you're going to find offensively.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Lets it fly. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Right down the boulevard, it's good. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes that Alabama offense. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously.
He's off to the races. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown tie! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming in this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets heightened. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. To the ground with the back. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. I tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against a running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense, locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
The Gators with the 1st and 10. He's gonna pass. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. And the Gators racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Gets it out quickly. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a 1st down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he earns a 1st down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. It's 1st and 10 from the 13. They'll throw it from the red zone. Zings it complete to the right. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Lewis wants to pass. They're setting up the screen. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida! Well, we wondered exactly where the momentum was, and it looks as if Uncle Mo might have switched sidelines and switched families.
And momentum is such a big thing. It's such a real part of college football, isn't it? And you can just feel that right now. It just felt a few minutes ago like this game was over, and all of a sudden, this team, they're believing in themselves. They've got some wind. They've got some hope. Their defense now needs to get the football back and keep that momentum going.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake will get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. Make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
Man, there's not a running back in the country that doesn't want to get fed and get fed and get fed, and he has been. He's been fed, and now he's up to 150 yards, so great productive day for this running back and create a lot of balance on this offense.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Those are the kind of plays in the second half you have to make. This back has had plenty of success. He's gotten a lot of touches. Now, defensively, we've got to show him things are about to be different.
Right midfield, he's got room. Nothing but green ahead. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line. The defense's head may still be spinning. They're just outside the red zone now, 1st and 10 from the 22.
Well, this guy's been eating them alive all game long. Finally, though, David, you wonder if the defense has been able to make some adjustments, find something positive to help slow this guy down.
Hey, baby steps, right? That's a tackle for a loss. I know he's got over 100 on the game, but this defense is definitely going to have to be more aggressive, commit more guys to stopping that bad man.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. 3rd down, and these fans trying to make it impossible to communicate. And the defense had its hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. Waning moments, huge 4th down, and this crowd is rising to the occasion. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He looks that one in nicely. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. And the defense in desperation mode, trying to hang on to give their team a chance. And he's a real nowhere man, tackled in this no-gain land. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. Slams ahead. Takes it into the end zone for the touchdown on the final play. The denouement. The epilogue. The finishing touch.
And they add another touchdown late. Listen, this game's over. We all know that, but they're running the football. It's your job defensively to play physical and try to get the stop late.